hi Debbie, I heard that you recently had a stroke, so then it's affecting your left side and you have some weakness, but you still have some motion, some strength, and it's just a lot more weakness. Okay, so today we're going to be making a peanut butter and jelly. So first, I gathered all the materials for you today, but if you didn't have them gathered, make sure that they're in an area that you can reach. It's not too far out of your range of motion or strength where you're having to pick it up off the ground or anything. You could have a cart nearby with all the supplies if it's something that you eat often. So then first, we're going to have a no-slip mat so that everything stays in place since you're only using one hand most of the time. So we put the plate on here so that it stays stuck to the mat. And then, and you also have good sitting balance. If you didn't, then we can also modify for that. So the first step would be is that you're going to pick up the peanut butter with your non-affected hand and place that onto the no-slip mat. And then we're going to unscrew it. So since you're only using one hand, there are some assisted devices such as a silicone jar opener. So we're going to act like this is it. You just place it on top of the jar, and with your unaffected arm, you will unscrew it. It makes it a little bit easier. And with your affected arm, you can also help keep the peanut butter in place. Good. And then you're going to pick up the knife with your unaffected arm and place it into the peanut butter and scoop out some peanut butter. And we could also use a silicone and a universal cuff for this if you needed more range of motion. And you're just going to spread it onto the bread. Alright, and then we're going to put the cap back onto the peanut butter, so you can put the cap back on, and then you can also use the silicone jar opener to help get it in place. Good. And now we're going to open the jelly, so you're going to put the jelly on the no-slip mat, and then we could also use this jar opener again, or there's also an electric jar opener that will unscrew it for you. Alright, good job. Then you're going to pick up your other knife, and you're going to dip it into the jelly and spread it onto the bread. So again, we could use a universal cuff if you need more range of motion. Alright, and then we're going to pick up the cap again and place it back onto the jelly and screw it back on. Alright, good job. And then what we're going to do is with your unaffected arm, you're going to pick up the top slice of bread and turn it over so that it's onto the bread. And then also an adaptive equipment that you could use, there's also a sandwich holder that it goes between both sides of the sandwich and it keeps it in place so that it's not moving around. And then the next step would be cutting your sandwich. So then we're going to pick up our knife again, and you could use a rocker knife for this, so you only need one hand to cut, and that would just go right down the middle, so you can go ahead and cut. And then with also the sandwich holder, keep it more in place instead of moving around like it is right now. Okay, and then we're gonna move the plate so that it's facing this way, and then you're gonna cut it again down the middle on both sides. And if you need to, with your unaffected arm, hold on to the plate for more support, you can do that. Alright, good job. And then I'm just gonna feed you one or two bites so we can get comfortable for that. So I'm just gonna cut it in a little bit of a smaller piece. Alright. Alright. Tastes good? Alright. And then if you wanted to practice, if you needed it and to cut in smaller pieces, we could always do that, or if it's big enough that you can take a bite. And then if you have any other questions?
Nope.
All right, good job.
Thank you.